CER in Science. What is CER? CER stands for Claims, Evidence, and Reasoning. CER. It is the way that scientists think and write in science. And it is the way that we as scientists in this class will think and write as well. So what is a claim? It's a statement that responds to a question. So let's see if we can make a claim. We're going to watch this video.
I have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. He speaks a weird language. He drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. I mean, just look at him. And one more thing, he has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
So here's our question. Is the little girl's dad an alien? What's your claim? Well, based on the video that we just watched, the claim is the little girl's dad is an alien. So what's our evidence? Our claim is the little girl's dad is an alien. Evidence, we provide scientific data to support our claim. We should only use appropriate and relevant data, and we should include enough data to convince someone that our claim is correct. We need to be sure that we cite our data. That means you say where you got your evidence, from a book, from a video, from a website, an experiment, a teacher, or a data table. So the video says, that's our citation, that the little girl's dad speaks a weird language. He has a spaceship. He's from a place with a weird name. And he drinks green stuff. And he looks funny and walks funny. So, what is our reasoning? After we've made our claim, we've provided our evidence, then we need to give some reasoning for our claim. So we explain why our evidence or our data supports our claim. In other words, how does our data prove our point? Our explanation must include scientific principles, knowledge that we have learned about the topic to prove that evidence supports your claim. So, our claim, the little girl's dad is an alien. Our evidence, aliens drink green stuff and they speak a weird language. They have spaceships to travel in. Aliens look funny. They come from places that have weird names. They also walk funny. This little girl's dad drinks green stuff. He has a spaceship of his own, and he walks weird. He also looks weird like an alien. Her dad speaks a weird language, and finally, he is from a place with a weird name. Therefore, her dad is an alien. Okay, this isn't very scientific since we only have seen aliens on TV or in movies, but you get the point. Now let's try something a little more scientific. So here's a data table. The question is, are there any liquids in the data table? Are any of the liquids in the data table the same substance? So take a look at the data table. If you need to pause, you can. The question, again, are any liquids in the data table the same substance? So what's our claim? Liquid 1 and liquid 4 are the same substance. Okay? What's our evidence? We're going to cite it. Our evidence is, according to the table, that's our cite, liquid 1 and liquid 4 have the same density, 0.93 grams per centimeter cubed. They both have no color. And finally, they have the same melting point of negative 98 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we've cited, according to the table, we've listed 1, 2, 3 pieces of evidence. So what's our reasoning? Reasoning, we have learned in science class that in order for two liquids to be the same substances, they must have the same properties. Properties are things like density, color, and melting point. Mass, of course, can change depending on the amount of substance that you have. So that's not a property that we're going to use in determining for evidence whether our materials are the same. So let's put this all together. If you need help with reasoning, come back to this chart. Step 1, you're going to restate your claim as you think about your reasoning. Step 2, you're going to provide some scientific principles or knowledge that you have about your topic. So our knowledge is, we learned in science class that in order for two liquids to be the same substance, they must be the same, have the same properties. Step 3, we provide data from the activity or lab that connects to the scientific principles or knowledge that we mentioned in step 2 that we learned in class. This. Show that your data can be used to prove your claim. And then finally, wrap up your reasoning with a conclusion sentence that begins with the word such as therefore, hence, thus, so, or to restate the claim. So here we go. Liquid 1 and liquid 4 are the same substance. That's our C. According to the table, liquid 1 and liquid 4, again we've cited, have the same density, 0.93 grams per cubic centimeter. They both have no color. And finally, they have the same melting point of negative 98 degrees Celsius. Then we're going to give our reasoning. We have learned in class that in order for two liquids to be the same substance, they must have the same properties. Therefore, I know that liquid 1 and liquid 4 are the same substances. So that concludes the entire CER. So when do we use CER? Well, when answering analysis questions, of course, at the end of labs and activities, all the time in science, when answering questions in class. So even when I'm asking a question in class, think about, before you raise your hand to make that claim, what's your evidence for that claim? What's your reasoning for that claim? How can you prove what you're saying? If I'm not asking for an opinion, how can you make that claim? When you're writing in science, so any kind of writing in science, when you think about the why or how that something happened in science. So before you claim it, make sure you have evidence and reasoning to back up your claim. Now, CER will be graded the same way other things are graded in our class using a 4-3-2-1 rubric. A 4 is above and beyond. A 3 means you've met all of the requirements. A 2 means you're missing something, and a 1 means it's incorrect. So that would be if you actually made the incorrect claim. So if we went back to the question about the liquids and you said liquid 2 and liquid 4 were the same substance, that would be wrong and you would get a 1. A 2 would mean that you were missing part of the CER. You didn't make an accurate claim. You didn't provide sufficient evidence or reasoning. 3, you're going to do it all. You're going to make the right claim. You're going to provide the right evidence, and you're going to provide the right reasoning. Now, for you to get a 4, it's above and beyond. So this evidence goes above and beyond outside supporting evidence. You go and get some evidence. So maybe you don't know what makes liquids the same. So you go out and a substance is the same. So you go out and you look on the internet and you get some supporting data, and then you cite that. Or you provide reasoning that is above and beyond. So that's how we will be grading CER. And again, CER, you're going to see it all the time. That's what we're going to do. If it asks for evidence, if it asks for explanations, this is what you're going to do for writing.